You said I'll call when I know what to say, but the phone stayed quiet every day. I waited with the hope too loud. In a world where you don't come around, I read our texts like holy lights, trying to find a reason why. But silence screamed, but you couldn't speak, and it tore the ground beneath my feet. When the silence answered you, I knew it answered me too. No more lies, no soft pretend, just the quiet truth in the end. You didn't say goodbye aloud, but your silence was too proud. So now I know it's true. You were gone when the silence answered you. I replayed your voice till the tape wore thin, hoping to feel you breathe again. But echoes don't replace the real, and ghosts don't care how I feel. The stars don't blink when hearts break slow, and time won't ask which way you'll go. But I still beg the midnight blue to give me one last piece of you. When the silence answered you, I knew it answered me too. No more lies, no soft pretend, just the quiet truth in the end. You didn't say goodbye aloud, but your silence was too proud. So now I know it's true. You were gone when the silence answered you. Maybe I deserve the final word, or maybe pain is what I earned. But it's the quiet that cuts deep, the things you never said to me. When the silence answered you, I finally heard the truth. It wasn't love, it wasn't fate, it was just too late. And I stood in that goodbye, now with tears but with dry eyes. You didn't have to choose, the silence already spoke for you. So I'll whisper to the waves tonight, let them carry what we couldn't write. You disappeared without a clue, and I stayed when the silence answered you. You never heard the way I prayed when you were just a breath away. I traced your name on frosted glass, pretending time would never pass. You said love was something loud, but mine was whispered in the crowd. I held you close without a sound, while you kept chasing something proud. I loved you in the quiet, when no one ever knew, where silence said forever, and I gave it all to you. You looked for fire and thunder, but missed the gentle truth. I loved you in the quiet, and lost myself in you. You needed noise to feel alive, while I was drowning deep inside. You kissed like storms, then disappeared, and left your echo in my tears. I was the calm, the steady light. You were the star that burned too bright. You couldn't hear the way I stayed, when every word you spoke betrayed. I loved you in the quiet, when no one ever knew, where silence said forever, and I gave it all to you. myself in you. You never saw the way I broke behind the smiles I never spoke. And now the silence holds your name, but I don't cry the same. I loved you in the quiet with everything I had. You never heard it breaking when it hurt too much to ask. Now you're chasing voices, but they don't sound like me. I loved you in the quiet, and that's where I set you free. In the hush of morning light, I let go without a fight. You never know what I went through, but I loved you in the quiet, and I'll never love like that again. I almost said your name last night, but the silence begged me not to fight. So I kept my heart inside my hands and watched it break when no one stands. You left your words on every page, but none of them knew how to stay. I read between the lines too long, now I know where I don't belong. You were the poem I never finished, the truth I whispered and you diminished. All that we could be got lost in what we didn't say. I was the song you left unwritten, the love you feared but never given. And now I walk away with words I'll never get to say. Remembers what we hid, each promise sealed and then unlit. I held my breath for one more sign, but you let go before the climb. I stayed through echoes, stayed through doubt, while you just waited to walk out. You found escape, I found the truth, but it was never meant for two. You were the poem I never finished, the truth I whispered and you diminished. All that we could be got lost in what we didn't say. I was the song you left unwritten, the love you feared but never given. And now I walk away with words I'll never get to say. Stayed and held me right, but this chapter ends with just my name, and nothing in your hands remains. You're the poem I never finished, the ghost inside a love diminished. We wrote in silence, line by line, but never crossed the final rhyme. I was the song you left unwritten, and still my heart remains forgiven. I'll let the story fade to gray and keep the tears I didn't say. Left unwritten when not Maybe in another life you would have stayed and held me right, but this chapter ends with just my name, and nothing in your hands remains. I was the song you left unwritten, and still my heart remains forgiven. I'll let the story fade to gray and keep the tears I didn't say. Ooh, left unwritten, but not unloved. You always loved with careful hands, afraid to feel, afraid to stand. I gave you truth, you gave me doubt, and every whisper turned to shouts. I stayed through storms you wouldn't name, hoping love would light the flame. Why do you love me when I leave? When the silence is all I receive, you let me go to feel the pain, then beg for me in falling rain. Why do your tears fall when I'm gone? When I was breaking all along, you only see me when I grieve. Why do you love me when I leave? You spoke in promises too thin, each one a place I'd never been. I begged for something more than maybe, but maybe's where you always stay. I built a home you wouldn't keep, you shut the doors and watched me sleep. Why do you love me when I leave? When silence is all I receive, you let me go to feel the pain, then beg for me in falling rain. Why do your tears fall when I'm gone? When I was breaking all along, you only see me when I grieve. Why do you love me when I leave? Ooh, when I leave. Ooh, I needed someone who would fight, not one who runs and hides from light. But now I see the love I gave was more than you could ever brave. Now you love me as I fade, as shadows steal the past we made. I walked away to find my voice, and in that silence made my choice. So keep your sorry in the breeze. I'm done with loving on my knees. You only miss me when I bleed. Why did you love me when I leave? I'm not your echo anymore. This time I'm closing all my doors. I walk through halls we used to know. The light still flickers soft and low. Your laughter lingers in the walls, but now there's silence when night falls. I touch the door you never closed, still waiting where the shadows froze. But I won't cry for echoes of before. No more reaching out to broken doors. You held my heart but not my hand, and I forgot where I could stand. Now I'm finding something more beyond the echoes of before. I wore the dress you said you loved, now it just hangs a ghost above. The mirror shows a gentler face who's done with chasing what won't stay. You were the storm I tried to calm, but some goodbyes are quiet songs. But I won't cry for echoes of before. No more reaching out to broken doors. You held my heart but not my hand, and I forgot where I could stand. Now I'm finding something more beyond the echoes of before. I built a life outside your name, where pain no longer feels like blame, and in the quiet walk the floor. You held my dreams in silent glass, but now I'm done reliving past. I've opened up a brighter door, no more echoes of before. I walk alone, but not afraid. Love lost, but peace has stayed. You left your coat and I let it hang by the door, like you might come back again. Your voice still dances in this place, like echoes I can't erase. I told myself I'd be okay, but I still reach out anyway. I held on longer than I should, loved you harder than you ever could. You walked away and I stayed, but still I wish you stayed. The clock keeps ticking, but nights are slow. Every silence screams what I won't show. Your coffee cup untouched, alone, like me waiting by the phone. I tell my heart it's just a phase, but every dawn feels like a maze. I held on longer than I should, loved you harder than you ever could. You walked away, I stayed, but still I wish you stayed. I'm learning how to breathe without your name, but healing never feels the same. I smile but only halfway through, 'cause part of me still aches for you. I let go slower than the rain, but my tears still fall the same. You moved on like songs just fade, and still I wish you stayed. One day I'll forget this pain, but tonight I wished you stayed. I held my breath beneath the thunder, wishing you'd come back inside. But silence filled the space between us, and all I had were tears to hide. You said love was never easy, but you never said goodbye. Now I'm talking to the shadows and asking them why. When the rain held me and knew what you forgot, the way my heart was breaking in every lonely thought. I cried into the silence you left inside of me, and found some kind of healing in the storm's gentle plea. I tried to write a final letter, but the words just wouldn't stay. Your ghost still lives in corners of the things I meant to say. You moved on like morning light, but I stayed in the night. Now the rain's my only witness to all I had to fight. When the rain held me, it listened without blame. It didn't try to fix me, just stayed and said my name. I whispered through the silence where you would never see that I'm stronger than I ever thought I'd be. The sky may cry with me tonight, but I no longer need your light. I found my truth in broken skies and learned to love my own goodbye. When the rain held me, it taught me how to fall and rise again, no shatter, with nothing left at all. I walked out from the silence, tears washed out to sea, and now I stand in thunder, finally free. When the rain held me, it let me be me. You be me. I still remember how you said goodbye, like you were leaving but you didn't cry. I watched the door, I held my breath, your silence louder than your steps, and I replay every single line like echoes caught in frozen time. This is where I leave you, in my heart, in a place where all the healing starts. No more waiting, no more tears, only memories and quiet years. You'll never know how far you went, but this is where the story ends. The dreams we built are turning gray, and I've run out of words to say. You faded like a distant song. It used to feel like home so long, but I forgive the way you broke the promises we never spoke. This is where I leave you, in my heart, in the place where all the healing starts. No more waiting, no more tears, only memories and quiet years. You'll never know how far you went, but this is where the story ends. And I'll still smile when I recall where I leave you once and for all. This is where I leave you, in my heart, in a place where all the healing starts. No more waiting, no more tears, only memories and quiet years. You'll never know how far you went, but this is where the story ends. But this is where the story ends. And I'll still smile when I recall where I leave you once and for all. You turn your back like the story's done, but I still stood there facing the sun. No angry words, just empty space. Love left your eyes without a trace. You didn't ask me how I feel. You moved on like it's no big deal. But I stayed up through every night, trying to understand what wasn't right. And I knew deep in my soul the only way was letting go. Still I said goodbye, though it tore my heart in two. Still I walked away, even when I needed you. You were silent, I was loud, saying all the things I'm not allowed. Still I said goodbye, even though you never tried. I practiced lines I never say, in hopes you care enough to stay. But love should never beg or plead, so I gave you what you didn't need. You smiled like nothing broke apart, but I was bleeding from the start. Sometimes strong means letting go, even when it hurts you so. Still I said goodbye, though it tore my heart in two. Still I walked away, even when I needed you. You were silent, I was loud, saying all the things I'm not allowed. Oh, still I said goodbye, even though you never tried. The rain fell down, but I stood tall. A quiet end, no curtain call. You didn't love me, and that's why. Still I said goodbye. Still I said goodbye. I never say, in hopes you care enough to stay. But love should never beg or plead, so I gave you what you didn't need. You smiled like nothing broke apart, but I was bleeding from the start. Sometimes strong means letting go, even when it hurts you so. Still I said goodbye. My hands not holding tight. Ooh. Still I walked alone, fading softly into night. You just watched, didn't cry, but I knew it was time to fly. Still I said goodbye. You did say goodbye.
Shadows fall, but we still shine. Our stories written between the lines. Through every scar, every broken part, you paint the colors inside my heart. Even in the grayest skies, your love's a spark that never dies. The color of us, a spectrum untold, blending the warmth of red and gold. Through every storm, we rise and bloom, painting a love that lights the room. A masterpiece, though incomplete, your touch makes every flaw unique. In every hue I see your soul. Together we're brighter than the whole. Even when the stars burn low, your light's the only one I know. The color of us, a spectrum untold, in the warmth of red and gold. Through every storm, we rise and bloom, painting a love that lights the room. songs of love we share. Every shade tells a different tale. Our palette's strong, it'll never fail. The color of us, forever it stays, shining in sunsets and morning rays. A timeless blend, a perfect view. Every shade says I love you. The color of us is clear to see. You and I, we're destiny.
You stood there with your suitcase, no need for one last word. I knew this was the end, the goodbye still felt unheard. I smiled through my breaking, told you I'd be okay, but inside I was begging for reasons you couldn't stay. You never said forever, but I dreamed it every night. I'm holding on to echoes of a love that lost the fight. You never said forever, but I dreamed it every night. Now I'm holding on to echoes of a love that lost the fight. I loved you through goodbye, even as you walked away. Held your ghost inside my chest like you'd come back someday. Me with the silence, but I still found a way to try. 'Cause I love you through the sorrow, I loved you through goodbye. Your scent still haunts my sweater, your voice still fills the air. I reach across the pillow, pretend that you are there. You never made me promises, still I gave you all of mine. Past is all I carry, in a heart that can't rewind. I loved you through goodbye, while you forgot my name. You moved on to summer skies, I slept beneath the rain. I built my world around you, even when you let it die. Still I loved you through the silence, I loved you through goodbye. Choose every moment if it meant I saw your face. I loved you through goodbye, with no promise, no reply. And though you never turned around, I never asked you why. Some hearts break in silence, I still sing when they cry. And mine will keep on singing, I loved you through goodbye. Even now, I love you through goodbye. I used to glow in every room, but now I'm fading into gloom. Your words still echo in my head, like songs from stories left unread. You held the mirror to my face and took away my saving grace. I forgot how to shine, lost the stars that once were mine. You loved me just to dim my light, then left me in the quiet night. Now I'm learning line by line, to heal, to stand, to realign. But oh, I forgot how to shine. You made me doubt my every dream, like chasing hope was too extreme. but now I see it wasn't me. You feared the fire I could be. You clipped my wings so I'd stay low, but still my soul refused to go. I forgot how to shine. Watched the wave of decline. I begged to fit inside your frame, but I was never meant for tame. So I'm reaching past the line to the parts of me still mine. Even if I forgot how to shine. There's golden broken parts of sunrise in my scars. I'll find my way one light at a time. How to shine. I'm shining. This time it's all mine. You said forever like a lullaby, then faded out without goodbye. I traced your voice in midnight rain, but found only shadows calling my name. I kept your words inside my chest, a melody that never rests. You left too soon, too fast, too cold, and now I'm dancing with the echo you sold. You left with your echo and I stayed with the sound of promises whispered, now buried underground. I held on to silence like it could bring you back, but every heartbeat just fades to black. You left with your echo, and all I have is that. You moved on like morning light, while I'm still lost in endless night. The songs we played still haunt my room, each note a wound I can't undo. I sing your name but it won't reply, just fades beneath the starless sky. You wrote the end and turned the page, while I'm still trapped inside this cage. You left with your echo and I stayed with the sound of promises whispered, now buried underground. I held on to silence like it could bring you back, but every heartbeat just fades to black. You left with your echo, and all I have is that. If love was a ghost, then you were mine, flickering like fire, then gone with time. But I still whisper to the air, pretending for a moment you're there. You left with your echo, I'm still chasing the tone of dreams that crumbled when you left me alone. I scream into silence but it won't scream back, just echoes of you in shades of black. You left with your echo, but your echo stays. You walked away, suitcase in hand, like all we were meant nothing in the end. I stood frozen at the door, wishing you'd turn just once more. But your eyes said everything before your mouth could lie. And I was left with silence where our future used to lie. I'm still holding the goodbye you whispered in the rain, still replaying every tear like a song stuck in my brain. You let go so easily while I still bleed silently. You moved on with the sky. I'm still holding the goodbye, but bed's still cold on your side. Your laugh still haunts the hall at night. I fold your shirt like it still means something more than memories. I beg the stars to bring you back, but wishes fade at dawn. And I'm left chasing shadows of someone long gone. I'm still holding the goodbye you whispered in the rain, still replaying every tear like a song stuck in my brain. You let go so easily while I still bleed silently. You moved on with the sky. I'm still holding the goodbye. Maybe love was never fair, maybe loss was always there. But I gave you all of me, you gave me just despair. I'm still holding the goodbye that shattered my whole sky. Still breathing through the ache, still asking the empty why. You found peace in walking away, I found pain that wants to stay. You moved on, I can't deny, but I'm still holding the goodbye. Now keep holding till goodbye finally lets go of me. Your shadow used to follow me through every crack in memory. I whispered prayers in broken tones, but you were gone, I was alone. I begged the stars to bring you back, but silence filled the faded tracks. I learned to breathe without you, through the nights that cut in two. You were the storm, I was the flame, burning through our love in vain. But here I stand, the sky so blue. I learned to breathe without you. Your name still lingers in the breeze, like echoes lost in falling leaves. But I no longer chase your face, I filled the void with softer grace. The tears I cried have built my wings, and I no longer fear the sting. I learned to breathe without you, through the ache I never knew. You held my heart, then let it break, but I survived that slow heartbreak. Now every breath feels pure and true. I learned to breathe without you. Fade without your love, but I rose like stars above. Now I shine without your name. No more sorrow, no more blame. I learned to breathe without you, though it hurt to start anew. I'm stronger now, and this is real, a woman who has learned to heal. So if you ask me what is true, I learned to breathe without you. I'm still breathing without you. I'm still breathing without you. like a melody. I sang along too carelessly, but you were never really there, just shadows dressed in golden air. I gave you all I didn't know, you were just a fading echo. I fell for a ghost in the shape of love, held on to dreams we never spoke of, kissed the wind like it was real. Now I'm lost in what I feel. I fell for a ghost, and now I see it wasn't love, just haunting me. Your silence played like lullabies, a comfort wrapped in pretty lies. I reached for more, you slipped away like morning mist at break of day. I danced with hope in empty rooms, wrote your name in phantom blooms. I fell for a ghost in the shape of love, held on to dreams we never spoke of, kissed the wind like it was real. Now I'm lost in what I feel. I fell for a ghost, and now I see it wasn't love, just haunting me. You're just a whisper I let go, a love I loved but didn't know. I fell for a ghost in the shape of love, held on to dreams we never spoke of, kissed the wind like it was real. Now I'm lost in what I feel. I fell for a ghost, and now I see it wasn't love, just haunting me. It wasn't love, just haunting me. You're just a whisper I let go, a love I loved but didn't know.
I found your bookmark in chapter 12, right where the protagonist learns to let go. The spine still creases at all your favorite parts, though you stopped reading months ago. The librarian knows me by name now. She lets me reshelve us in the maybe section, between second chances and beautiful endings. Our love's overdue for inspection. This is the last page of our story, where the ink bleeds through all the lines. I could rewrite every sentence, but the ending stays the same every time. The coffee shop where you'd imitate now serves strangers with newer paperbacks. I still order your usual by mistake, watch the steam curl like your laughter back. The librarian knows me by name now. She lets me reshelve us in the maybe section, between second chances and beautiful endings. Our love's overdue for inspection. This is the last page of our story, where the ink bleeds through all the lines. I could rewrite every sentence, but the ending stays the same every time. This is the last page of our story, where the ink bleeds through all the lines. I could rewrite every sentence, but the ending stays the same every time. Maybe some books aren't meant to be finished, just dog-eared at the parts worth keeping. Our plot twists were never linear, but oh, what a story we started. believe. This is the last page, I'll turn softly, pressed between memories like dry flowers. Some tales grow more beautiful, unfinished, their power in what might have been ours. We'll back by closing time. This is the last page of our story, where the ink bleeds through all the lines. You stood across the crowded room, no words, no sounds, just light and bloom. Your eyes, a language I could hear, soft as a whisper drawing near. When the silence spoke, I felt it all, the rise, the fall, the love enthralled. No need for voices, just your gaze. Roll up in stars in quiet ways. I reached but didn't touch your hand. Still time slowed down to understand that sometimes hearts can intertwine without a single spoken line. You never said a thing to me, yet told a tale so endlessly of the love that lives between the beats, where silence and emotion meet. When the silence spoke, I felt it all, the rise, the fall, the love enthralled. No need for voices, just your gaze. Roll up in stars in quiet ways. And if we part, don't say goodbye. Let silence kiss and pacify. For every love that's truly true will find its way without a cue. When the silence spoke, I felt it all, the rise, the fall, the love enthralled. No need for voices, just your gaze. Roll up in stars in quiet ways. And if we part, don't say goodbye. Let silence kiss and pacify. For every love that's truly true will find its way without a cue.
We met in a moment, too soon or too late. Cross paths on a road shaped by fate. I watched you smile with someone else, while I kept my love on a distant shelf.
These broken glances, afraid to try heart's full of questions, never asked why. In another life, maybe we'd start, instead of drifting two worlds apart.
If time was kind, we'd still be near. Oh, I'd hold you close, erase the fear. No lonely nights, no silent cries, just you and me beneath the skies. But time, it wasn't on our side, and love just slipped between the tide. I picture your hand still touching mine, in a place where stars and hearts align. But wishes fall and stories end, and what if stays my oldest friend. Maybe love's not always fair, but I still feel you in the air. A memory I cannot rewind of us, if time had been more kind. If time was kind, you'd still be here. Oh, we danced through decades without fear. Oh, no missed hellos, no long goodbyes, just endless love and open skies. But all I have are dreams confined to what if time was kind. Love and open skies, but all I have are dreams confined to what if time was kind. You left a silence I couldn't fill, in every echo I hear you still. The coffee's cold, the lights are dim, your ghost lives on in everything. I talk to shadows in the dark, still hoping you will leave a mark. And then the rain knew my name, falling gently like your pain. Every drop became your touch, soft and fleeting, never too much. You were gone but somehow stayed, when the rain knew my name. Your sweater's folded on the chair, I breathe you in, you're everywhere. I wear your memory like perfume, it lingers long after you left the room. I still keep your favorite song, pretend I'm fine but I sing it wrong. And then the rain knew my name, falling stories on my window pane. Each year the fell was not the same, some for sorrow, some for blame, but they all whisper your name, when the rain knew my name. Baby, love was meant to fade, but not the dreams we softly made. I still walk where you once stood, and the sky somehow understood. And now the rain knows my name, it holds me close and hides my shame. Though you're gone, I'm not alone, the storm became my second home, and I found peace in the pain, when the rain knew my name. And it still knows, it still rains, and it still calls me by your name. It still knows, it still rains, and it still calls me by your name. And then the rain knew my name, falling gently like your pain. Every drop became your touch, soft and fleeting, never too much. You were gone but somehow stayed. When the rain